My Design Rules White Box exclusive behind the scenes series. Begin with Buco.
It is official. My Design Rules 2025 is back and better than ever. Now it's all going down this September, but before we even get there, Expresso and Buco are going to be building and getting these houses white box ready, and you get to come along for the ride. Yep, it all begins with Buco.
We're excited to announce that we have just started a project at the Paarl Valleij estate, and it showcases the scale and the magnitude of what we are capable of as a company, from the foundation phase right up to the roof, from plumbing to sandware to tiling and everything in between.
So Valleij started off 17 years ago, and it's grown significantly, and it's now bigger than the town of Wellington. The reason for going to Paarl Valleij is there's no more plots available in Valleij, and the need for housing close to the schools and that is very important. It was going to be more of a sort of entry level cost-wise, but we found that the need from the buyer is actually more upmarket, a little bit closer to the Valleij sort of style and standard, and we've actually brought that in now with My Design Rules. And in phase 2 of Paarl Valleij, there's going to be more upmarket homes. I'm excited to see what the contestants do. They're all going to be given identical units, white boxes, and each one of them will have to bring their own design and finish into the product, and that's going to be interesting to see.
Hi, welcome to Paarl Valleij Lifestyle Estates and Farm. We are going to walk through one of our 3-bed, 2-garage, single-story homes, something that's in the market for young families, first-time buyers, and people who want to enjoy a family estate. We've added this lovely, nice area to most of the homes on the estate to give you that natural feeling with natural light coming in with the beautiful mountain range in the back. From here on, it's quite exciting. The plots are getting bigger, homes are getting bigger, and there's more amenities coming to the estate.
Literally standing on what is our very first MDR plot. You can see the energy here, that's real, but I want to understand more what's going on here. Where are we at?
We are in the first phases. We've already done the platform. Now, when we normally start, it's very raw. We still have a bit of bushing that we need to chop and clear, and then we start building up our levels. When we do our levels, we have to build up 150 mils at a time. Just to get to where we are now, this would be the bottom of concrete. The reason we're doing a raw foundation here, we have a high variation of differences in ground conditions. So that's why we cut out the soil and we build it up with clean backfill soil, and then we start with the raw foundation. I can take you through to one of the other MDR sites, and I can show you where we've started putting up the side shutter, and we've actually started excavating the ground beams as is.
It does look like there's progress, but what exactly has happened here?
So Raul, what we've started doing here is we've marked out the whole grid line of the raw front footings.
Okay, I see that.
And we've already done all our side shutter.
So Jean, correct me if I'm wrong, so are you essentially building your waterproofing underneath that raft?
Yeah, it's what we call a DPC, or the dam course membrane. We have a big sheet that we roll out across the entire foundation before we put down the steel.
Absolutely, I love your work, man. We're talking success all the way around, but we're not done yet. What happens after this process?
So once we've got the steel in and everything's been bound up, we get the engineer, they have to come inspect our reinforcing steel, and once they give their okay, then we book the concrete. Then we'll get AfriSand, and they'll bring in the pump and the concrete, and we'll get going.
In construction, the planning is the most important thing. The more you plan up front, the smoother the project runs. And I'm very excited to see how this process is going to unfold, because planning is going to be vitally important because of the time schedule that we have to do the construction of the white box, and also the contestants every week. They've got to finish their rooms on time and on schedule, and obviously they have a budget to work with that as well.
You are the man when it comes to taking our concept to reality. If we can delve into some of the original concepts and then maybe have a discussion of how we can adapt that to really fit into the vision of Paarl Valleij.
When we received these drawings, we had a discussion with the HOA head and internally as a team on how we would make this fit within Paarl Valleij's set, look and feel. We adapted and worked off kind of the main key points and shapes that you provided to us.
One of the things that stood out for me that we wanted to do a little bit different is we wanted to elevate our designs and make it not as entry. Coral Brick has these amazing white vanilla coral bricks. One of the guidelines is that you have to use bricks that's kind of been bagged white. I think this would make a replacement for that, especially if we can use white oxide in the joining.
Yes.
Would this be something that HOA will approve?
Definitely. I mean, it's a beautiful brick and it looks similar to what the estate already has as a look and feels, and if they like it, then they add it to the guidelines.
That's one of the things that became evident as I was working through this guideline, was that there is kind of a lot of room where it comes down to colors and materials. If you stay with a specific color but you want to kind of up with spacing a higher end material, it is possible, and it all comes down to aesthetics, which I think the HOA is all about.
Yes. I think guidelines tend to push you in a direction, but it also allows you to think creatively on how to express within what they're guiding you towards. So it helps to create kind of a uniform look and feel while still allowing expression.
What makes this estate special is this is Northern Paarl. This is the up-and-coming new part of Paarl. We're about 15 minutes away from the new airport. It's just around the corner. We're close to a lovely few very nice shopping centres that's opening up. And the nice thing about Paarl Valleij estate is it's still a running farm. We're going to have the vineyards that's here in the back. We're going to keep that. We're going to have in total 370 homes with probably, I'd say, 300 families living here enjoying the farm. That's probably the biggest thing we wanted to keep, that farm feeling. Come here, you enjoy. We've got our wildlife area, we've got the rugby pitches, we've got the doggy parks, we've got dams, clubhouses, gyms. The nice thing about it is it's family orientated farm lifestyle in the heart of Paarl.
Subscribe now and never miss an episode.